Good morning. My name is Chris, and welcome to Latitude Live. September's here, summer is past. I know many of you have said, we just need to get through this summer and we will be okay when this all settles down. If anything, fact is, we're probably in for an even bumpier ride ahead. Sure, we still have some nice warm days ahead of us, but the reality is we have skipped over the prime summer gala fundraising season, and now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of our development campaigns. If you add to this the fact that over the next few months there are school reopenings, a national election, the busy time for the hurricane season, flu season, a national election, I think I mentioned that already, it seems to be all over the news. Oh, and there's an asteroid the size of a Buick headed towards us. We've survived the past few months waiting for this pandemic to blow over, and we've convinced ourselves that we can muddle through. The fact is, now the time has come to retake control over our programming and fundraising. It's time for us to turn survival into thrival. This is one of the many reasons why I started New Latitude. It's to work with my clients to look at their plans and help them adjust, adapt, and pivot to reflect the new normal and to get those fundraising dollars in. And yes, I know that a lot of you roll your eyes when you hear new normal, but that isn't just a catchy phrase that starts to get irritating and becomes cliched. It is the reality of what we're facing. Things are not going to go back to the way they were, even if a vaccine is found, and we're going to be dealing with the repercussions of this for the next 5 to possibly 10 years in reality. So, what we all need to do is we need to realize that there is a new standard for normal out there and we need to embrace it. It's the first step towards thriving in this new environment. One of the most important things and that we need to do is we need to try and figure out what still works. One of the easiest things you can do, and I know a lot of you have dabbled in it a little bit this summer, is make the effort to keep your donors connected through mailings. Strong and informative email campaigns, well thought, well presented direct mail campaigns. These are the keys to maintaining a connection with people that you can't physically get together with right now. Now, I'm not saying that you need to send a letter every day and fill their inboxes. What I'm saying is that this is an opportunity to connect with people who are desperately seeking connection. Your donors don't donate money in a vacuum. Part of it is a little bit social status. Part of it is an attempt to feel good, make themselves feel good about things that they're doing. But ultimately, it's because they see value in connection with what you are presenting. So give them that connection. Another thing that we all need to do is something that I've spoken about a lot. We need to be flexible and we need to adjust. The word that I like to use is pivot. We need to look at our calendars and figure out what events we can pivot to reflect the new reality we are dealing with. What events can we take digitally? And how do we do that without making it look like everyone else's event? How do we establish a hybrid event? What do we, as an organization, bring to the table that is different and unique from what everyone else is offering? Realize that donors only want to participate in so many Zoom broadcasts begging for donations. NPR-style pitches can be very effective, but they need to be paired with something tangible and of value. If everybody is out there with their hand out asking for the same money in the same format, it all starts to become background noise. So think of a way to adjust and pivot. Make yourself stand out. The third thing I would recommend, put yourself out there. There's a value proposition to your charitable organization, and that is what you do to help people and support people. Maybe you're a philanthropic organization, and now's the time to focus on those who you represent. Maybe you're an events-driven organization, and your focus is keeping people who have been feeling disconnected connected through activities and events and festivals. Whatever it is, share the love. Find ways to get your messaging out there and how you are continuing to support your mission. If you're a social service organization, put yourself out there on social media. Let people know what you've been doing. Share pictures, share stories, share interviews. Let them know. Let your donors know how you have been serving the constituency that you claim to represent. Put it out there. And the last thing I would say, buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The reality is you are not going to bring in as much money as you have in the past. So we need to make some shrewd decisions regarding how we're going to model our organization going forward. Services that are going to be offered need to be streamlined. It's not an easy prospect, and it's not a set of decisions that I envy anyone. The fact is, this is where we are headed. And things will hopefully return to a sense of normalcy at some point, but we need to make sure that we are prepared, that we are strapped in and we're buckled up. The fact is, many of you are already doing this. And in some cases, I'm hoping that this video is more of a pep talk than an operational model. The most important thing that anyone watching this video needs to understand is that we're all in this together. We'll get through it, and we will survive. And if we execute things well, and we do things thoughtfully and respectfully and engagingly, we'll not only survive, but we will thrive. And those who we support will reap the benefits. Thanks for joining us today. If your organization could use a new creative approach and examine new ways on how you can pivot and adjust, or if you're struggling with just how to handle the events that you already have on your calendar, give us a call. New Latitude Consulting will help you reimagine your development goals and bring your events to a new latitude. You can find us here on Facebook, or you can email me at chris@newlatitudeconsulting.com. New Latitude Consulting. Elevate your expectations.